They didn't push her. They didn't shout at her. They did something much worse. Every time she needed to see, they took it away. And one day, they broke it completely. But what happened after that? No one in that school ever forgot. Greenfield Academy was known for excellence, top grades, strict rules, perfect reputation. But behind that perfection, fear lived quietly in the corridors. Her name was Dora. Quiet, gentle, brilliant. She always sat in the front row, not because she wanted attention, but because she needed to see. Dora wore glasses. Without them, the world was just shapes and shadows. She came from a humble home, where everything mattered. Even those glasses had taken time to afford. At first, it was just whispers, giggles, side glances. Then came the girls, Gabriella, Chloe, and Sabrina. They were known in the school, not just for their wealth, but for their control. They could take your lunch, embarrass you, make you do things against your will. And no one spoke, because everyone was afraid. The first time they took Dora's glasses, she thought it was a joke. The second time, she went home and said nothing. Her mother asked gently, "How was your day?" "Fine," Dora replied. But she wasn't. She became quieter, withdrew, smiled less, spoke less. That night, she opened a small box. Inside it was her old pair of glasses, scratched, slightly bent, but still usable. She held them tightly. "If they take my glasses again," she whispered, "at least I'll use this one to see for the rest of the day." She paused. "Even if it hurts." Because she knew the prescription was old. It could give her headaches, even migraines. But it was better than seeing nothing at all. The next day, it happened again. They came, just like before. Gabriella reached for her glasses. Dora held them for a moment. "Please don't," she said softly. Gabriella smiled. "Still talking?" she replied, and she snatched them anyway. The classroom went quiet. Again. They walked toward the window. "Should we throw them this time?" Chloe laughed. Dora stood up. "Stop," she said. But Gabriella didn't throw them. She did something worse. She dropped them right in front of Dora. Then slowly, she lifted her foot and stepped on them. Crack! The sound echoed across the room. Dora froze. Her world shattered in that moment. Some students gasped, others looked away, and a few quietly raised their phones, recording. Dora's eyes filled with tears, but she said nothing. She bent down, carefully picked up the broken pieces, her hands shaking. Then, slowly, she reached into her bag and brought out her old glasses. She wore them. The world returned, blurred, strained, painful, but visible. She sat down, silent. "Don't tell anyone," Gabriella said coldly, "or you won't like what happens next." Then they walked away. After they left, Bella rushed to her. "Dora, I'm so sorry," she said. Dora said nothing. "I recorded it," Bella whispered. "I didn't know what to do before. But this time, I couldn't just watch." Dora looked at her. For the first time that day, there was something in her eyes. Not just pain, a decision. They made a plan. And the next day, an announcement changed everything. "The Minister of Health will be visiting the school tomorrow," the principal said. Dora knew this was her moment. That night, she told her mother, "My glasses broke." "How?" her mother asked. "They fell," Dora replied. Her mother looked at her. Something felt off, but she nodded. The next day, the school was perfect. Until the minister entered Dora's class. "Any questions?" he asked. Silence. Until Dora stood up. "Sir, my question is not about health. but about safety. The room froze. "What do you mean?" he asked. Dora spoke. "Some students are bullied. They are threatened. They are afraid to speak." Her voice grew stronger. "They take things from us. They humiliate us. They make us feel like we don't belong." The minister turned to the class. "Is this true?" Silence. Then one voice. "Yes." Then another. "Yes, sir." Soon, the truth filled the room. "Do you have evidence?" the minister asked. Bella stood. "Yes, sir." She handed over her phone. The video played. Clear. Undeniable. The room froze. "This will be addressed immediately," the minister said. The school could not ignore it. Not this time. Not in front of the minister. The room remained silent long after the video ended. Then the minister spoke. Calm. Firm. Uncompromising. "This is not just bullying," he said. "This is a failure of safety." He turned to the principal. "After this visit, I want a full report on my desk." The principal nodded quickly, but the minister wasn't finished. "I will also be speaking with your leadership team. Today." And he did. That same afternoon, a closed-door meeting was held. The minister sat across from the principal, senior teachers, the safeguarding lead. No smiles, no excuses. "How long has this been happening?" he asked. No one answered immediately, because the truth was uncomfortable. "It stops now," he said. "You have a responsibility to protect every child in this school." Then he added something that changed everything. "You have a limited time to fix this. If I return and find that nothing has changed," he paused, "this school will be reviewed for closure." The room went still, because this was no longer just about students. It was about the future of the entire school. The next morning, letters were sent out, not just to Gabriella, Chloe, and Sabrina, but to their parents. An emergency meeting was scheduled. When the parents arrived, they expected a simple complaint. What they saw instead was evidence. Clear, undeniable. The video played again, this time in front of them. No one spoke. Gabriella's mother's expression changed first, then Chloe's father, then Sabrina's parents. The truth had reached home, and it was heavier than they expected. "This behavior," the principal said, "has been ongoing. Not just toward Dora, but toward multiple students." The parents looked at their daughters. For the first time, not with pride, but with disappointment. The decision was clear. The 3 girls were suspended immediately, but that was only the beginning. They were required to attend mandatory behavioral counseling, participate in supervised correction programs, write formal apology letters to affected students, appear before a behavioral review panel, and more importantly, they were placed under strict behavioral monitoring upon return. Every action would be observed, every report documented. There would be no second chance for silence. Greenfield Academy changed, not slowly, immediately. New systems were introduced, anonymous reporting channels, weekly student well-being check-ins, staff safeguarding training, student-led anti-bullying ambassadors, and across the walls of the school, a new message appeared. Silence protects the bully, voice protects the victim. But the biggest change was not the punishment. It was the atmosphere. Students began to speak, not loudly, but honestly, and fear slowly began to lose its power. Weeks later, Gabriella returned, but she was different. She approached Dora quietly. "I thought it was control," she said, but it was fear. For the first time, she understood. Dora still wore glasses, still came first, but now she spoke. And when she saw others struggling, she didn't stay silent, because she knew what silence felt like. Dora walked slowly through the corridor. Her steps were calm, steady. For the first time in a long time, she wasn't trying to hide. Students stood on both sides, clapping, not loudly, not wildly, but sincerely, with respect. Some smiled, some nodded, and some looked at her with quiet admiration. Dora didn't say anything. She simply walked, with her glasses on, with her head up, and with a quiet strength that no one could take from her again. Because something had changed, not just in the school, but in her. Gabriella watched from a distance, silent, thoughtful, different. She had learned that power is not in making others feel small. It is in choosing to do what is right, even when no one is watching. And Dora learned something too. That silence may feel safe, but courage changes everything. Because when one voice speaks, others find theirs. And what once felt impossible becomes a turning point. This is where the story ends. But the lesson never ends. Because sometimes the hardest thing to do is to speak. But when you do, you don't just change your story. You change the world around you. If this story touched you, and you believe in standing up for what is right, subscribe for more powerful stories from Jessiden. Because sometimes a simple story can change the way we live.